teardrops.
For fun, force feed our fear until our hearts go numb. Addicted to a lonely kind of love. What I wanna know is how we got this stressed out, paranoid. Everything is going dark. Nothing makes me sadder than my head. I'm running out of teardrops. Let it hurt till it stops. I can't keep my grip. I'm slipping away from me. Oh God, everything is so full, but I can't feel a thing. The emptiness is heavier than you think. I'm tripping on the edge, high as a kite. I'm never coming down. And if you hear me, guess you know how it feels to be alone. That's how we get this stressed out, paranoid. Everything is going dark. Nothing makes me sadder than my head. I'm running out of teardrops. Let it hurt till it stops. I can't keep my grip. I'm slipping away from me. Oh God, everything is so full, but I can't feel a thing. The emptiness is heavier than you think. Suicidal, violent, tragic state of mind. Lost my halo, now I'm my own antichrist. Suicidal, violent, tragic state of mind. Lost my halo, now I'm my own antichrist. Running out of teardrops, let it hurt till it stops. I can't keep my grip, I'm slipping away from me. Oh God, everything is so full, but I can't feel a thing. The emptiness is heavier than you think. I'm running out of teardrops, let it hurt till it stops. I can't keep my grip, I'm slipping away from me. Oh God, everything is so full, but I can't feel a thing. The emptiness is heavier than you think. The emptiness is heavier than you think.
When I was 9, I'd make believe the good guy always caught the thief. The room went dark and I couldn't sleep. I was in over my head. At 15, I would look around, and all my friends had it figured out. They all thought it, but they never said out loud. I was in over my head. Oh, I feel this vertigo, sick of being an optimist. I'm trying, but I'm in over my head. I'm in over my head. Cause I'm in over my head.
break. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Okay.
Welcome everybody here to a WORC TV presentation of the Keystone Corner Sportscar Championship here at Road America. My name is Braison Collins and welcome today to this beautiful facility in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. As we send these sports cars around for another 80 minutes. We had a great battle last week in the LMP2 class here. I am excited to see what kind of a show these guys are going to put on. Some track info for today. Obviously, as I just said, we're at Road America at their full configuration. Track length is about 4 miles with 14 turns, an altitude of 1,065 feet, and as I said, located in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Weather for today, it's sunrise here about 5 in the morning. Track temperature of 76 degrees, as well as the outside temperature being 76 degrees as well. A little windy here, 11-mile-an-hour wind speed. Oh, it's getting up there, 13 miles an hour. Look at that wind speed. It's climbing. That's going to be difficult for these drivers here. Partly cloudy skies, 1% humidity, and man, I am just watching that wind speed. Wow, that's crazy. Well, should be a solid one here. Race info. Never mind. I guess the average lap time is 111 seconds. That's about all I can provide here. Nevertheless, should always be fun here. Well, time to pull up the starting grid. We had a couple drivers make some car changes here, so bear with me here as I try to figure it out. We got Adam State starting off the pole for today. He won Daytona. He's got a huge 1.2 second advantage over Austin Edwards here. As Edwards, last week's winner, starts P2, so 2 winners to start the season. R12, Jordan Spoon, P3. He made a number change here. He's in the 13 now. Joseph DuPont, new guy, he's P4. Then we got Canizaro P5, Joe Fierro P6, Gino Mero P7, Jay Mulder, he made a change to the LMP2 class, he's running P8. Brian Kite, I believe, is in the GTE class here. He will be starting pole from his position here. Parker White to his outside. David Sluter, he made a number change as well. He's going to be in that 21. Nathan Nicholson, not sure how to pronounce that. He's a newcomer here in the 36. He'll be starting P12. Daniel Kite, 13th, and then obviously myself, Coy Hasselo, Paul Granata, Harry Grindle, Brandon Sampson, Caleb Nickel, Bob Schumacher, Henry Klappert, Mason Sweet, Nolan Cooper don't qualify here. As these guys each try to all leave a gap here between all these different cars. As here's your GT3s. First time this season we've actually had a Mercedes in the class. So as we see Henry Klappert warm up the tires there. A little bit smaller field for today. NASCAR race just finished. I know some of these guys were watching that unfold. There's your GT class. About the same car count as the GT3s. Actually, they should have a little bit more, but Brian Kite on the pole. He might challenge Parker White here. White has been absolutely dominant so far. The class to watch, though, these LMP2s, look at this field right here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 LMP2s for today. These guys have been very exciting to watch so far. They have battled immensely. They've really gone at it, dueled it out. Man, it's been crazy so far. Well, man, these guys pacing themselves around. And where's Adam State? I just realized Adam State, who was supposed to be on the pole, Adam State does not grid. Not too sure what this is about, but State right there, that 98, he's on pit road. Looks like Mason Suit, he's also made the change to the LMP2 class here as he kind of blinks in and out for a second here. So Suit, following his teammate Jay Mulder and Gino Mero in the P2 class here. So unfortunately, it takes away car count from one class, but continues to add car count to another class, as these guys clearly see this as a competitive class so far. So Brandon Sampson, he's here. He was not here last week. There he is in the JSR 96. Second time this season that John Canizaro's had teammates in the Sportscar Championship race. So we'll see how it goes as these guys round themselves around. And Jordan Spoon will move into Adam State's spot here on the front row next to Austin Edwards. As I mentioned, Spoon made a number change. He's in the 13 now. He's been in the 36 for most of the season. 13 opened up. He took the opportunity in that Spoonworks machine. Man, I am really excited for this one. I really like Road America, one of my favorite road courses. So this should be exciting to watch. Your points leaders in each class, Austin Edwards is your points leader in the LMP2s right there, that 118 on the pole. And then obviously GTE's the only guy who's won any race so far, Parker White. And I just realized he actually switched from the Porsche to the BMW. As we've lost a GTE. Not sure where they went. Oh, Bob Schumacher, he is back there. Nolan Cooper is also not here. Anyways, and then back to the GT3s. The 21 of David Sluter, he's the man on the march in this class, that blue and white car.
Green, green, green.
Green flag waves. The LMP2s get going first off here. And at the line, Jordan Spoon, he's going to have the preferred lane, as this is a right-hander here. John Canizaro, he's going to send it in deep, 3 wide for the lead here. Austin Edwards backs it out. Spoon's going to get the advantage here as they all back it down. And right there, the P2s make their way through. Now here come the GTEs. Parker White behind Brian Kite here as Harry Grindle has spun into turn 1. And the GT3 class is coming, so they might want to be quick here. Grindle trying to get that thing back together. Sluter makes it through turn 1. Looks like everyone makes it through. And Adam State and Bob Schumacher are going to come off of Pear Road here. Not sure how those guys missed the grid, but meanwhile Spoon leads in the very competitive LMP2 class here on lap number 1. As he makes the right-hander in there. Edwards P2, Canizaro P3, DuPont newcomer P4, Fierro P5. We saw last week Austin Edwards and oh, Jordan Spoon runs it wide here. As through this long right-hander we go. Now down the straightaway through the kink. Austin Edwards to the point here. Spoon runs off wide. DuPont runs off wide. And a couple mistakes there. As looks like Spoon's going to try to send it to the inside of Canizaro. Looks like Fierro was trying to get to the inside of DuPont there. Couldn't quite get there. And Austin Edwards here early on. He's going to be the man to lead the first lap here in this LMP2 class. As he's going to come off of the final corner with the field in tow. Look here, man. 2nd through 4th, all under a blanket here. DuPont trying to make a move to the inside of Spoon. Spoon trying to make a move to the inside. 3 wide here for P2. Spoon's going to take advantage up the middle and clear both of them here. DuPont lifts a little bit. Coming around, Brian Kite leads the first lap in the GTE class. As Parker White making the switch to the BMW. Not sure if that was an accident to hop in the BMW or if there was intent with that, but Parker's been running the Porsche all season. Coming off the final corner, Sluter is going to lead here in the GT3 class. Sluter, Nicholson, Hasselo, Klappert, and Daniel Kite. He wrecked. He's on pit road in that Audi. First time we've had all 3 manufacturers here this season for that GT3 class. As, whoa, DuPont runs it way wide. He's going to have himself an issue here, as he's going to have to get back going, and he's going to get passed by Mason Suit. Canizaro starting to pull away from Spoon, as Spoon winds himself around P3. Fierro up to P4. Him and Edwards, luckily last week at Laguna Seca, as I mentioned, lap 1, they wrecked in the final corner. Edwards spun out and then Fierro overcooked the corner, put it right into him. There's Gino Mero, he's fallen back to P7. He's about 8 seconds back, not sure if he had an issue or not. Adam State has gotten by Jay Mulder, as Mulder has damage to the left side of that P2, looks like. Yeah, he has left front damage. He's going to have to try to limp that thing around, but that is already destroyed, and the move to P2 not looking too fancy here for Mulder. As Sluter pulls out to a 2-second gap over Nicholson. Man, that Mercedes sounds really good. First Mercedes we've had in the series, as I've mentioned. Hasselo right there. Here's Klappert. He's making his way around the track here. We haven't seen Klappert since Daytona. Oh, he's going to cook it into the corner. He slides. What a save! Wow. What a save by that 34. Amazing save right there. Harry Grindle, meanwhile, he has recovered to stay ahead of Caleb Nickel and Bob Schumacher, as both of these guys are in pit road getting serviced. Last week we saw these guys, they were not fans of Laguna Seca. They pit multiple times, and already here they are struggling early on. Daniel Kite has retired from the race early on from the GT3 class, so DuPont Fierro's suit, and then there's Mero. Mero in a battle with Sampson, it looks like here. I'm not too sure what happened to Sampson, but he's going to have a lot of ground work up here early on. As Sluter continues to lead in that faster eSports 21. And Parker White is gapped heavily here by Brian Kite in the 60. Parker will still probably retain the points lead since Kite, he missed last week by just a minute. Unfortunately for him, that cost him a little bit on points, but here, if he can put together a string of races as he's showing some early speed here, this could be a fun one to watch, as Parker may have some competition here. I'm interested to see if that 95, if he goes back to the Porsche or if he sticks with the BMW. Just not sure if that was a misclick. With iRacing, you get to choose which vehicle you drive when you enter a race, and Parker may have been in a rush, just double clicked, accidentally selected the BMW, who knows, but Harry Grindle up to P3 as he's marching his way back through the field early on here after that little miscommunication in turn 1 where he ended up sending himself off into the sand trap. Doesn't look like there's too much damage to that BMW of his as he comes up right here on P2 in the GT3 class. And Grindle runs it wide. We'll see what he does here to get by the slower traffic. He's all over his rear end right here. Grindle's going to shoot to the inside. And he's going to complete the pass as he's trying to march his way up there. He's got a lot of work to do to get through some of this slower traffic here in the GT3s, but Nicholson, Hasselo, and then there's Klappert all making their way around. There's Sampson and Mulder. They're both each a lap down. Mulder probably going to go a couple more laps down as he's getting serviced on pit road. And Parker White, there's an issue with the 95. The GTE class may be falling apart here early as Nickel and Schumacher on pit road, Nolan Cooper not here, and Parker White may have throughput from this race. Looking here to see what's going on with Parker. Yeah, Parker has throughput from this race so far. So your points leader has throughput, and Harry Grindle, who has made every race so far, Harry might have a chance to take the points lead here. Meanwhile, back up front, Edwards with a 6-second lead over John Cannizzaro. Spoon in third, DuPont in fourth, Fierro rounding out the top 5 here in the LMP2 class. Mero 6th and Suit 7th. Suit about to get caught by Adam State, actually, potentially here, as State is the fastest car on track. Still not sure how he missed the grid, but that 98 trying to Rebound here, work his way back up, see if he can make up enough ground on Austin Edwards here to try to make something happen. Still a long race here, as we are very early on into this one. Back to that 71 of Gino Mero, he took advantage of the mistake that was made last week when Edwards and Fierro wrecked early on, and he led some laps. It was part of that really intense battle for the lead. Just unfortunately for Mero, it just didn't quite work out that way for him, and he ultimately would finish 5th, I believe. So he got by Josh Patterson late in the race. Meanwhile, we got a three-horse battle here. Suit trying to run away from State, who has caught Samson. Samson being a lap down might just give him the lane. State's going to flash him by. As the Whipperman Racing 98 winds his way through the carousel here. And he's going to try to run down Mason Suit now for 7th. We'll see how this transpires here. On the straightaway through the kink. State runs it a lot wider than Suit. Suit gets the grass a little bit. And State's going to have the run here. We'll see what the young Brit does as he throws it into the right-hander here. He's all over the rear end of Suit. He's got to be patient, though. We'll see if Suit plays defense or not. Suit is known for blocking very aggressively in the JP Designs Truck Series. Now, sports car racing, you can't really block. He's going to try to do it anyways. State's going to go to the outside. And drag racing down the straightaway here. Suit getting really close to him. Man, Suit really fighting hard for that position here. State's going to outbreak him into 1, though. What a power move on the outside by the 98 as he continues to march his way through the field here. Oh, Suit's going to spin! Suit makes contact with Samson, and he's going to spin off into the sand trap. That might be a little bit of karma for that aggressive blocking on State. As meanwhile, Parker White can confirm has throughput from the session. Jim Mulder, Caleb Nickel have retired. Bob Schumacher getting serviced, and Paul Granata has hit the racetrack in the GT3 class. He's looking to make up a couple positions here as he missed the start, and he can pass Daniel Kite. As Henry Klappert is the last GT3 on the lead lap in that 34, as he's just trying to make his way around. Coy Hasselo, another Lamborghini in the field. We had 1 Audi, 1 Mark, and looks like 4 or 5 Lambos. Oh, Grindel's going to come down pit road. The GTE class must be cursed today or something here. As this 70, he flew off into 1, and now he's down pit road. Not sure here what's going to happen with Grindel. In the Team Kamikaze BMW, he's going to pull it in, and we'll see if he's just getting serviced or if he's going to retire from this one here. Looks like he's simply getting serviced. Not sure if he had a meatball of some sort or what, but meanwhile, back to the action here. Brian Kite, he's still leading the GTE class here, as he's the only guy who seems like he hasn't had an issue. As White throughput, Grindel's on pit road, Nickel and Schumacher. Well, Schumacher's still on pit road, Nickel's retired, Nolan Cooper's retired, so these GTEs not very strong today, as they were arguably the strongest class last week at Laguna Seca. They had the most car count. Fall from grace, I guess. And back in the GT3s, Sluter still leads, not as big of a gap though as Nathan Nicholson is P2. Guy they're missing today is the guy who's P2 in points, Brian Zinn in the 73. He is not here today, so a guy like Coy Hasselo or even a guy like Henry Klappert or Paul Granata, if Granata can get out on track, any of those guys can really make an effort here to gain some points and see if they can put themselves in a position to fight with Sluter here, as we are only at race 3. And speaking of Sluter, he's about to get lapped by Austin Edwards for the first time today. Obviously, this doesn't mean Sluter's doing anything wrong. I mean, the LMP2s, as fast as they are. These two are actually teammates in the 118 and 21 camp with Faster Esports here. So these guys both each really good. Obviously, we've seen Austin Edwards. He's shown up to all three WORC series so far. He didn't quite perform as well in the late models as he has on the asphalt side of things, as right here in the road series we saw him win the LMP class last weekend, and well, tonight he is turning right and left better than anyone else so far in this class. And in the JP Designs Truck Series, he's actually on a little bit of a win streak here, as he won Chicagoland Thursday night. He also won Iowa a couple weeks before that. So Austin really putting in the time and effort here as he's rapidly gaining wins. And I would venture to say if Edwards wins this race, we would have three powerhouses in terms of the WORC all-time wins list, as of course Sluter would be on there, Parker White, he's got himself on there, and Austin Edwards, he's making a case for himself early here though, as he's got 2 oval wins, he'd have 2 road wins, and he would move himself into, I believe, 5th or 6th on the all-time wins list, as there's a 3-way tie currently for 2nd on the all-time wins list between Chris Brown, DJ Powell, and Cole Williams. Josh Patterson is the sole wins list leader here, as he has 8 wins in WORC. Patterson not here tonight as he's busy simping, but nevertheless, I mean, Austin Edwards will see what he can do. As Jordan Spoon, meanwhile, he's taken 2nd, as there's a really heated 3-car battle going on here between Spoon, the JSR 17 of Canizaro, and this 44 of Joseph DuPont. As DuPont looks quick. There's Joe Fierro. He's coming around to lap David Sluter. And then here's Gino Mero. We've got a battle here. Adam State marching his way through the field. He's caught Mero. And they've got lap traffic in front. We'll see what happens here. State trying to follow Mero here. We'll see. He's going to move to the outside. Gino's going to give it to him at the moment here. Gino not being as aggressive as his teammate Suit was. As State to the outside. He's going to try to outbrake Mero. Mero's going to get him here. And Mero's going to complete the pass. We'll see if State can try to get back around him here. State does not look as strong here in the first couple corners of this racetrack here. It looks like he gains most of his ground in the second half. Maybe not. State jumps to the outside here, as they're going to go into a hard left-hander. We'll see if Gino can fight back. Side by side, heavy braking zone. Adam's going to brake early. He's going to attempt to cross over Gino here. He's going to get there. The crossover works. He's on his inside. And this corner in State's favor. State's going to outbrake him here, get him back. We'll see if Gino can cross him back over. It looks like Mero's going to succumb to State here, as that rips off a bandage for yet another position for this 98 who missed the grid. He had the fastest lap time in qualifying. He won Daytona by a landslide, and we'll see what he can do here. I believe Austin Edwards has enough pace that he can clearly stay in front of State, but man, Adam State is 9 seconds behind the car in front of him, which is Joe Fierro, and State is 28 seconds behind Austin Edwards. And Edwards, if I'm him, I know that State put down faster laps in practice and qualifying than I did. And I know I need to be on my A game here, because 28 seconds, well, this is an 80-minute race, and even though we are about 14 minutes into it now, 24 minutes into it, still got a lot to go. Actually, we're probably more like 12 minutes into it here. We had a long pace lap, so. And through the field, Jordan Spoon still leading this little 3-car battle here, as Joseph DuPont has taken over P3. And Canizaro back to P4. Man, Canizaro and Spoon, they both each looked strong last week at Laguna Seca. And Canizaro, he's looked strong so far in all 3 series, as he's only made a couple truck starts, but he looked great there at Chicagoland. He was running in the top 5 at one point in that race before he ultimately ended up getting involved in a wreck. But the Dirt Late Model Tour, Cannizzaro is P2 in points there, and he's doing an excellent job here in the Road Series as well. I don't believe John in Dirt or here has had a finish outside of the top 5, so he is putting in some work to be competitive and be quick here. As there's Fierro P5, and a little further back there's Adam State as he works his way around. And if I'm the 71, I haven't quite lost State yet. I'm watching his line, I'm watching his braking points, and I'm trying to take some notes. I know my setup may not be on par with his, but I mean, there's a chance. Meanwhile, in the GTE class, it is official. Brian Kite has pretty much automatically won this here, as Bob Schumacher and Harry Grindle have officially retired from the race. The GTE class absolutely collapses here. That's not really by the fault of anybody here. Parker White with a technology issue, Grindle having to just pull off. So man, Brian Kite, he may not even really have to stay here. He's already got this in the bag, GTE wise. Your GT3 class, Sluter, he has about a 4-second lead, it looks like here, on Nathan Nicholson, as Sluter has just made it through turn 1. Nicholson down the straightaway. Hasselo, who is Sluter's teammate, is actually gaining ground on Nicholson here. The 87, he had an issue last week. Contact with Brian Zinn under the pace lap at Laguna Seca, and that cost Coy some time as he had to go serve a drive-through penalty that was handed out by race directors. And well, now he's running P3 here. And back here, here's the other GTE, Henry Klappert, as he's in a little bit of an LMP sandwich here, as he's trying to just pull off, let these guys by. He doesn't want any problem with it. He's just trying to put together a finish here. And Paul Granata is still on pit road. Not sure if he's going to come make a lap or not. Mason Suit having an issue. Looks like Suit may have had a technology issue here, and he may have throughput. Either that or he pulled off. Not too sure, but the LMP2 class seems like it's the only class that's really still intact early on in this one, as Edwards has an 11-second lead on Spoon. There's Spoon right there. Spoon being followed by DuPont and Cannizzaro, and then 7 seconds behind Cannizzaro, that's Joe Fierro coming down the straight. And don't look now, there's Adam State, as he's flying right now. Absolutely the fastest car on track for sure. He's easily going to make quick work of the lap car of Klappert. He goes into the left-hander, and man, I am excited to see what this 98 can do. He's only made up a second actually in the last lap, so honestly, part of me wonders if Austin Edwards being over a second behind in terms of what happened in qualifying. Wonder if that's because Edwards may have forgotten to turn down fuel or what. Or maybe Edwards just has more of a race set. Who knows? State quick as he can be. Just 5 seconds behind the 16 of Fierro. As Fierro, he's silently been here the whole season. He put together a solid run at Daytona. He was doing pretty good at Laguna Seca until his little spin. He was able to recover and pass Ryan Martin to not finish last there. And tonight, this 16, he's running 5th. He's consistent so far. Obviously, look behind him. Adam State is running him down. It must be a terrifying sight. You look in your mirror and you see that 98 who has made quick work of everyone he's come by so far, as he's passed pretty much everyone in that LMP class, he's passed half the field actually, if you want to get technical. So man, what you will see, look here, you can just see in the background that 98 and the 16. He's got to have Jaws music playing right now in his head as, oh, we've got smoke. Somebody's around in that corner. Can't tell who it is. Henry Klappert is off the track. Klappert may have spun. Meanwhile, David Sluter may have spun. Not sure if Sluter and Klappert may have made contact or Klappert pulled it off, but Klappert's on pit road and Sluter has gotten passed by Hasselo. I believe Sluter may have wrecked as there's Nicholson. This is going to be entertaining here. As we hear Nicholson come by, and now we have the two teammates. Somehow Sluter, I have no idea what happened to him or Klappert, but both of these guys. Man, it is a bad day to be a GT at Road America. Klappert's coming off of pit road now. So, not sure what happened. Maybe he just came in for service and I missed it, but Sluter now, he gets by Hasselo for P2. And if I'm Nicholson, well, I'm trying to run. I mean, this Mercedes hasn't looked the quickest today, but I mean, he hasn't been the furthest back on Sluter either. So, we'll see what happens here with this 36 as he continues to wind his way around a beautiful circuit here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Here comes Edwards, LMP leader, flashes Nicholson here as they make their way around the carousel. And meanwhile, back up to the P2 battle we were having. Spoon has pulled away from DuPont a little bit as they wend their way through the carousel. There's Cannizzaro as Cannizzaro gets by Klappert. And Adam State, we were talking about him running down Fierro. Well, it's taken a couple laps, but don't look now. This 98 is coming. Head full of steam on that 16. Alright everybody, welcome back. Having some technology issues here. Give me just a moment real quick here. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on WORC TV. Welcome back everybody from commercial. My apologies, we had a technical error here on the WORC TV end of things. We're able to get that repaired. Here with just 11 minutes left in this race as Adam State has made the comeback of a lifetime. Well man, this has been quite a solid race. The GTs have practically imploded as, oh, Nathan Nicholson is gone. The 36 who was once competing for the lead in this thing has throughput. And Nicholson is out of the race, and David Sluter is missing a front end. Sluter, without a hood, might win this race. Oh my goodness. The LMP2s have, I mean, everyone has pretty much imploded in this race. We started with 23, and we have 9 left, excuse me. We have 9 left. So we have lost over half the session due to technical errors, due to wrecks, and now we might lose, David Sluter might lose this race because that's a lot of damage. I know that the Lamborghini is a rear engine car, but man. I'm excited to see how this goes. As Adam State, or no, excuse me, Austin Edwards is gaining time. Now, with only 9 minutes left, he's going to have to gain over a second a lap on Adam State, and Edwards has led this whole race, so Sluter's damage is getting to him. He's lost 3 seconds this lap to Hasselo, and this is going to come down to crunch time, as the GT3 battle might be insane. And Austin Edwards, with 9 minutes left, is 9 seconds back. He's going to have to put down the fastest laps he can, and he's going to need a mistake out of race leader Adam State, who has just lapped Gino Mero. Man, Adam State, he's on rails. That pit strategy is what really did the difference, I think. State, he, man. So, man, I don't even know. Austin Edwards, he's lost another second here. That's not the battle I'm focused on. David Sluter is trying to limp around a very damaged GT3 here with Coy Hasselo, his teammate in tow, and Coy, he made a little mistake earlier, lost ground to Nicholson and Sluter. Nicholson is off the track. Henry Klappert is he's on pit road, he got damaged. Paul Granata's not here. Daniel Kite, he pulled off early on. And, man, these GTs have just absolutely just demolished themselves, really. Both classes, there's not a single GTE left. Brian Kite has disappeared from the lead. I mean, it's crazy. The LMPs have been the most solid class in terms of being here still, and man, I have no clue what has gone on this race. This has been a very weird race. As 4.7 seconds separate this man and the brightly colored 87, and I'm probably gonna have to ask this in the interview. I noticed that on the rear end of David Sluter's car, right here in this 21, he's got that same color scheme just on the rear bumper. Coy's is on the whole car, and I wonder if that's just a color scheme or if it means something. I know sometimes teams, people do colorful things for autism awareness, stuff like that. So maybe that's something we'll get to ask Coy here. If he's able to pull off this win. And if you're David Sluter, you've led the whole thing and you're trying to go 3 in a row, and your teammate's the guy who's going to have to beat you with all this damage. And I wonder if, obviously this is aero damage, missing the hood like that, but that's the craziest things have happened today. Down the straightaway here. Coming to 5 minutes left in this race. Sluter runs off. He's going to lose a lot of ground to Hasselo here. I think he's struggling to turn. Does Sluter have anything left if Hasselo gets to him? Or is he going to have to force the 87 into a mistake as they come around the final corner here? As when they cross the line, we've officially hit the 5-minute mark right now. Sluter, Nicholson have each led this one. But Hasselo, he's been there in the shadows. Had a spin. Luckily it was during pit strategy, and Hasselo is flashing his teammate. I think he's saying, hey bud, I'm here. And meanwhile, hold on. Adam State has had to pit a third time. Adam State has run out of fuel. Austin Edwards is leading. And Coy Hasselo is making the move on Sluter. 2 lead changes late in this race. Hasselo takes the lead. Is he going to be able to run away with it? He's got a little bit of wing damage. I don't think Sluter has anything for him. Coy Hasselo. First time he's led, he had the issue at Laguna Seca. Contact with Brian Zinn under the pace lap, had to serve a drive-through, was fighting from behind all race. Has now taken the lead here late at Road America with under 5 minutes left. And Coy is pulling away now. This might be the shortest 5 minutes of his life. As Austin Edwards now, eyes are on him. Every LMP has made at least 2 stops. Adam State is the only guy who's made 3. And I believe Adam State, he may have just miscalculated fuel. The strategy here has been absolutely insane in the LMP class, as this has been what the main battle has consisted of. And I've got to wonder, if John Cannizzaro didn't have an issue, would he be here battling for the lead? Man. 3 minutes left. Coy Hasselo spins! Hasselo's around! From the lead! all of that ground he made up, he has spun from the lead. Coming off the final corner. And there's just 2 minutes and 45 seconds left, and Sluter down the front straightaway is gone. Oh my goodness, Hasselhoff may have just choked this one up. Wow, Hasselhoff is 8 seconds back on Sluter now. And with just 2 minutes left, you're going to have to gain a majority of that 8 seconds right here. Unbelievable. Austin Edwards winds his way around the final corner. Looks like we're going to have 2 more laps left in this one. As Edwards crosses the line. And I believe we will have 2 laps left in this one. So that's going to be 2 laps for Hasselhoff to gain all this ground back on Sluter. That is unreal. Sluter wrecks himself. He has a destroyed car, gets run down by Hasselhoff, and he spins it coming off the final corner here. He's got to put down hot laps right now. If they get lapped by Austin Edwards again, which there's a chance, then this is over for Hasselhoff potentially, as he'll lose a whole lap to gain. As there's Edwards coming through turn 4. Here's Hasselhoff, he's coming around. If he takes the 2 to go, he should be good. As Sluter up here, Hasselhoff back here. The GT3 battle absolutely insane. Hasselhoff runs off a little bit. He's closed it to 5 seconds. He gained about 3.5 seconds that lap. He's gaining still. As they come through the final corner. He gained about 4 seconds that lap. Gap is still about 4.5 seconds here. He's going to need to gain on the straightaway. As there's those guys. Here's Austin Edwards. He's in a cluster with Henry Klappert and then a battle for P4, Gino Mero and Joe Fierro. Late in this one, these guys dueling it out. Henry Klappert runs off in the background. And Austin Edwards, he's going to come around this final corner here. And these guys trying to battle for P4. The checkered flag is actually going to fly, and Austin Edwards is going to win here in the LMP2 class. So Coy Hasselhoff has lost a lap. As they go through the hard left-hander here. Hasselhoff has to gain 3 seconds this lap. Sluter absolutely destroyed. No hood on that 21. Lost the lead, gained it back on some misfortune of his teammate, and these two trying to battle it out. Hasselhoff, he can see that 21. He knows he was in that lead at one point. He made that mistake. And these two, they have to battle this out right here. Just 2 seconds separate Sluter and Hasselhoff. Hasselhoff fell to 8 back, but just a couple corners remaining. Down the straightaway here, through the kink. Hasselhoff has it below 2 seconds here. It might come down to a last corner send if Hasselhoff can outbrake Sluter into the corners. Down the straightaway, 1.5 seconds. Through the right-hander, Hasselhoff, he's trying so hard to get there. Under a second. Into the final corner. Is he going to get there? Coming down the straightaway. Does he have enough? I don't think he has enough ground. Coming to the line. David Sluter is going to hold on to beat Coy Hasselhoff in the GT3 class. And oh man, if you're Hasselhoff, you choked that one up in the final corner and you get so close to getting him back. Wow. There's your race winner, Austin Edwards. And man, Austin's probably gonna burn it down here, or try to. And we're gonna go to commercial break real quick. We'll be right back here on WORC TV.
The field is rolling on the back straightaway.
Get ready. This is going to be tight. Out of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen. The All-American 400 is underway.
Gotta be careful. The bumps here can get you every time. Entering the corner, exiting the corner.
Well, welcome back here to WORC TV. As having a little bit of an issue here with iRacing, so give me just a moment here to see if I can solve this here. As not sure what the issue is, but there we go. All right, we should be good now. As we're gonna try to pull in our race winner Austin Edwards to the booth. As looks like ATVO has decided to crash last second here, so that's unfortunate, but we're gonna drag him into the booth. Austin, wow, man, what a strategy. You've come home back-to-back wins, and you're on a little win streak yourself. 3 wins in your last 3 starts here in WORC. Congratulations, man. Were you a little worried about Adam taking the lead there late in the race?
Still give Adam a run for his money if he starts on the front row.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, man, that was crazy. I was really invested in that strategy because you led pretty much this whole race. You know, led the most laps and all that. But when Adam took the lead like that, I was wondering if you waited too long to make that second pit stop and to see it come out like that. Man, that's crazy. Um, well, I guess I have to ask. I mean, heading in through the rest of the season, you and Adam seem like you guys are the 2 fastest guys here. Do you think you can carry this momentum through as we head to Watkins Glen and then as we just continue the season on in general?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of extra testing in these next couple days to see if I can figure out Watkins Glen, because I think that's the one advantage Adam has had over me this season is just a lot of pre-testing that I haven't been able to do yet. So if I can get into that, I might be able to match his speed on the racetrack and be able to win races over speed instead of just luck. It was pretty obvious at Daytona when he had me beat by 40 seconds that he had the speed to beat. So got lucky at Laguna Seca that he was absent, came back there. Obviously, he started in the back of this one, and fuel strategy worked out in my favor. But next week is definitely going to be a challenge to see if I'm able to hang with Adam purely off of speed. So hopefully I can go 3 in a row. Not sure yet, but we're going to find out.
Uh, all right.
I got
Sorry
your back,
about that.
Braison.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. My computer has had a rough time today with this one. Well, I guess you have anybody you want to thank before I let you go?
Just the guys at Faster Esports for letting me run for them, and the incredible WORC series, and the guys at Track Time Entertainment Sim Rigs for supporting me in sim racing.
All right, man. Well, congrats. You're on a little bit of a win streak here. You've won 3 in a row in terms of work starts, so hopefully we see you around. And the only series you haven't won in yet is that Dirt Late Model series, so I'm interested to see if you can show up there and win.
Yeah, that'll be a
Nevertheless,
wild card, but we'll see.
congratulations, Austin. We'll see you around.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, that was Austin Edwards, once again winning. And sorry for the technical issues tonight, guys. I have no idea what's been going on. I have not had issues like this all season. So, David, you're in the Work TV booth. You had a copy, bud.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Well, you guys made that exciting for sure. I didn't quite see how you got the damage to the front end of this thing that completely destroyed you. So I gotta ask that first. How did that happen?
It was coming up that uphill left-hander underneath the bridge, that weird kind of slow turn.
And
I
like
I
the
just got on the throttle a little too soon and caught the grass, and it just sent me into that left side wall.
I see. Well,
Yeah.
your teammate was the guy battling you for the win, and it came down to under a tenth. And man, he came close. Um, Obviously, Koi got past you, led a couple corners, and then he spun. What went through your guys' heads at that time? I think as our teammates were talking with each other and stuff. What kind of
Oh yeah.
happened there? Koi spun himself and choked away the win.
It was pretty funny because after when he was like within 8 seconds of me the first time, and we both knew he was gonna pass me. He was like, "Okay, I got enough fuel. I should be good." And then I'm like, just don't bend it, and you'll be fine." And then he passed me. Then, like you said, 2 corners, 3 corners later, he's like, "I spun."
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen somebody choke a win that bad, but I guess it came at your favor. You were able to hold him off there. Did you think he was gonna get you after he got back going again, or?
Uh, if we had, we both said if because we didn't. This was before the white flag came out, of course, but we were both saying if it was 2 laps to go, I would probably get it, but if it was three, he would get it, and that's kind of how it went because it was those 2 laps to go, and then yeah, if we would have had one more lap, he would have easily beat me if he didn't spin again.
All right, man. Well, 3 wins in a row. You're the only guy who has won every race in this class so far, as Parker White unfortunately disconnected tonight. So, I mean, things are looking good for you. You're looking like a dominant guy here in the GT3 class, and we've got to go find you some competition out there, man. Before I let you go, do you have anybody you want to thank tonight?
Oh no, just the usual guys. Faster Esports. I know Austin won again tonight. Adam ran out of fuel, but Austin was able to pick up the win again. And then, of course, Coy, just because we were laughing really hard in voice chat during that whole ordeal. So,
All right, man. Well, um, it's great to have you here, man. We're glad to have you race with us, and we hope to see you next week. Congratulations on the win.
yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for putting it on.
All right, guys. That was David Sluter. He won the that GT3 class. Unfortunately, we don't have our GTE winner here today, and Brian Kite. But well, that'll do it here today. As welcome to Road America and goodbye from Road America at the same time. Sorry for the technical issues tonight, between headset issues and stuff like that. Not sure what was going on. We haven't had this issue all week, so we'll try to get that sorted out. Tuesday night, Durley Model Tour, sponsored by McConaughey Setup Shop, heads to Williams Grove. They've put on a show at Weed Sport. They've put on shows every week.